Hello, class 10 students. Since my first lecture has already been uploaded, so I have come up here with the second lecture. So in the introductory class, that is the first class, what we learned was chemical reactions are required for chemical processes, right? So what are chemical processes? The processes which give out new substances, right? So I have made it very clear in the first lecture itself. So for chemical processes, we want to represent the activity or the event that is occurring in the form of chemical equations. Okay, that is the language of chemistry. So a very simple example which I was discussing before the end of the in previous lecture was hydrogen reacts with oxygen to form water, right? This is what we had seen. This is where I had stopped in the last class. So what I'm trying to do here is we are representing a chemical phenomena, a chemical change which is taking place. Hydrogen and oxygen are reacting with one another to produce a separate entity, a totally new substance which is called water, which everyone knows. Now, in the last class, what we had said that we have to balance, right? We have to balance the chemical reaction. Now, why do you have to balance it? Why do you have to balance it? Balancing the chemical reaction means the number of atoms of a particular species on the left hand side, that is the reactant side, and the number of atoms of the same species on the right hand side, that is the product side, has to be equal. Why that has to be equal? That means suppose you have 10 rupees, okay, and you are distributing 10 rupees to your if you are giving 5 rupees to your brother, and so how much you are left with? You are left with 5 rupees, 5 more rupees. So you cannot go to the shop. After all, it's a lockdown still. You cannot go to the shop and say that please give me a dairy milk worth 10 rupees, right? Because you have only 5 rupees with you. So the amount of money which you had initially was only 10 rupees, and you have already used up 5 rupees by giving it to your brother, isn't it? So now you have only 5 rupees. So that 10 rupees has been broken up into 5 and 5. So it can be broken into 3 and 7, 2 and 8, whatever. So what I am trying to basically say is we have always known from our childhood days only that everyone keeps on saying matter can neither be created nor be destroyed, isn't it? Mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. This is the basic reason why we need to balance the equations, because here hydrogen and oxygen, they are reacting with one another to form water. So water, see, you can see water, we have hydrogen and oxygen only, isn't it? So here we are using 2 atoms of oxygen, but we are getting only 1 atom of oxygen here, isn't it? So to take care of the law of conservation of mass or matter, equation need to be balanced. So if we don't balance the chemical equations, it will be against the law of conservation of mass, which says matter can neither, or mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can just be changed from one form to another, hydrogen and oxygen to water in this case. Okay, so here let me balance this. Very simple. 2 atoms of hydrogen, 2 atoms of hydrogen. Hydrogen is balanced. Oxygen, 2 atoms of oxygen, only 1 atom of oxygen. So we give 2 here. So now we are having a problem again. 2 twos equal 4. So 4 atoms of hydrogen. Here also we need to multiply by 2 so that we get 4 atoms of hydrogen. So now check. 4 atoms, 2 into 2, 4 atoms of hydrogen, 2 into 2, 4 atoms of hydrogen, 2 atoms of oxygen and 2 atoms of oxygen. Now this equation is balanced, and this chemical reaction, it occurs in nature. Okay. Now let me take few more examples. Very simple example: burning of magnesium in air. So this statement has to be expressed in the form of a chemical equation. Okay. So I suggest you all to go through the symbols of each and every element as much as you can. Remember their valencies, remember their symbols, remember the valency of the radical which they produce. Okay. If you don't know the symbols, if you are not familiar with the valencies of the elements, then you are going to have a very tough time in chemistry. So that has to be learned from class 7, 8, 9 standard. Okay. Here in class 10 we are not going to discuss about the symbols and elements. I consider that you know those things. Okay. So bonding of magnesium in air, magnesium Mg, air means oxygen. It will give you, what will it give? Magnesium oxide. So let me write, to form magnesium oxide. Okay. So basically what is happening here, one atom of magnesium, two atoms of oxygen, only one atom of oxygen. So we add 2 here. So now we have 2 atoms of magnesium, only one atom of magnesium. So we give 2 here. 2 atoms of magnesium, 2 atoms of magnesium, 2 atoms of oxygen and 2 atoms of oxygen. So this is balanced and this is conserving the law of conservation of matter or mass. Okay. So let us take another example, one more example. Balance the following reaction. As you can see here, iron is reacting with sulfuric acid to form iron sulfate, that is ferrous sulfate, and hydrogen. Okay. See, this reaction is already balanced. We don't need to balance it. Iron 1 atom, hydrogen 2 atoms, hydrogen 2 atoms, sulfur 1 atom, sulfur 1 atom, oxygen 4 atoms, and oxygen 4 atoms. So there we might encounter, we might come across such reactions which are readily balanced. We don't need to take the trouble of balancing it. Okay. So hope it is clear. With passage of time, we'll learn. We'll get to know. We'll come across more complicated reactions, and in that case, I feel that you know how to balance the reactions, and I'll not waste much time to teach how to balance a reaction. Okay. So now what I'm trying to do is, for your board examination purpose, we'll have to discuss the chapters in such a way that it becomes more efficient for your board exams. Okay. So now in this section, what is more important is the types of reactions. Okay. Types of reactions. There are different types of chemical reactions. Okay. So we'll discuss it one by one now. Okay. Hope everything is clear. So as I've already said that we have to give more emphasis on the types of chemical reactions. There are different types of chemical reactions, namely combination reaction, decomposition reaction, oxidation reduction, isn't it? So those reactions needs to be discussed in details. So that I'll be discussing it in the next lecture. So till then, stay safe, stay at home, and please complete the homework assignments. Thank you.